8 hours, one mission, infinite possibilities. A few days ago, I was given the opportunity to participate in San Francisco's vibrant tech scene through the Scale AI Generative AI Hackathon. That day, the spotlight was all on groundbreaking AI models like ChatGPT. Today, I will be showing you the thrills and challenges that come with going to a hackathon, while also emphasizing interviews and valuable tips that'll help you build the product of your dreams. Let's get into it. Alright, I'm here at the venue, guys. They have like a screen printer over here, and I got my hoodie screen printed saying the Generative Hackathon. Met a couple of really cool people here. I think hacking technically is going to start around like 10:30 or so. But until then, like I'm just going to be chilling, talking to a lot of people. I'll show you guys around. Alright, the hackathon just started. Basically what our project, hopefully what we're going to be able to pull off is something that's actually going to be able to like create animations and actually explain that. Let's rewind a bit. We had originally hoped to make a website that would take a math problem as input and generate an animated explainer video using 3Blue1Brown's manim library in Python. However, we soon ran into problems and had to reconsider. Fast.
I think your general approach is good. Like, it's just...
This is not good. The demo is not as good.
Hey, not bad.
Hey, not bad. It's like slightly clapped, but it's like not horrible. It got like the numbers right. I don't know, is the solution right?
Why don't we check with you?
How's our progress been in the last few hours?
We're prompting hard.
Pivoting hard.
Prompting hard or hardly prompting? That's the real question to ask.
But yeah, what's our next step?
It might be time to stop going into like,
It's either
specific
it's
problems.
either generalized.
Yeah, generalize the concept. Or,
It's like the more general, the easier. The more specific, the harder. But the more generalized, then the worse the demo. So we're gonna have to choose.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, we only have like 4 hours left, so we should get into it.
Not
So we
even.
might want to drag the scale all the way to full generalization.
After hours of scrutiny, we had realized that we would either need to restrict or replace our idea completely, pivoting hard for the next 4 hours. Do you guys have any advice on like what to do for my audience if, for example, you get into some situation where you have a tough deadline, you might have to pivot, you might have to change things up? Any advice, anything that we learned from this experience?
You should never give up. Never give up. Keep on writing code. Keep on committing to the last moment.
It's never too late, basically. Just we have 4 hours left. It's okay.
Awesome, yeah.
Start over. Redo the scope a little bit. Let's do it.
As strong coders, however, we were able to create an end-to-end language learning system that leverages AI-generated images and sentences in order to incorporate vocabulary learning into the user's everyday lives. Our project, which we called SnapLingua, works as a browser extension that allows a user to highlight a word on a website, automatically generate a flashcard from the word, and send that flashcard to a native iPhone app that allows them to study and review these words in their own free time. As language learners ourselves, our team thought that an app like SnapLingua would be a great way to incorporate learning vocabulary into our daily reading routines. And once we had something working, we were on top of the world. All right, the time is 6:30 and we are finally finished hacking our thing together. It was a little bit rough because we had to pivot last minute, but I'm really happy with how our product came out. But yeah, at 6:45 we're gonna talk to the judges, see what they think about it, maybe ask them for advice on like how to improve it in the future. I'm very excited for that, and overall this hackathon has been a really great experience. As renowned entrepreneur and investor Mark Andreessen said, software is eating the world, and it's a very, very exciting time to do that, especially with the rise of generative AI. But while engineering is a great way to get involved in the industry, there are also many equally challenging and equally rewarding pathways that one can take as well. Hackathons are hands down the best way to learn how to build your ideas from scratch into working projects, while also meeting all sorts of people with unique perspectives. Here's Advait, a recent graduate from UC Berkeley working at the intersection of engineering and product, with his perspective on the field. This is Advait. We worked on the project together. He's very into like the product side of things, so how do you get into that?
You know, I did SWE for a bit. I like coding, right? But I also want to experience other sides of things. I wanted to be closer to the customer, so I joined a product management org at my school called Product Space at Berkeley. Started getting into it, you know, understanding design, understanding how to like talk to customers, understand customers, building for the customer. And then, that kind of culminated into a product internship at NVIDIA.
Right.
And then
Nice.
APM internship at Duolingo.
How do you say they're different?
Like the company size, right? Like
Yeah.
Duolingo was around like 500 to 700 people.
Yeah.
NVIDIA is much bigger. And you get to work with different types of people.
Right.
I think the second thing is like Duolingo is mainly focused on the consumer, right?
Yeah.
And this is like everyday people, right? People are trying to learn a language.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, I was on the only like internal team.
Oh, yeah.
But at NVIDIA, right, it's more about enterprise.
Sure.
It's more about like marketing to developers, not
Sure.
necessarily actual like people who are trying to use the product. Product teams work differently in different companies, but
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
something you have to learn on your own.
Yeah, so you studied CS, you're into SWE and product at the same time, like obviously you have good experience in both. Any like insight into like what the differences might be, things like this? How you might be able to get into it?
Yeah. So why don't I start off with SWE? I think with SWE, it's really about like the personal projects that you want to start on, right? Like
Yeah.
try to just learn how to code on your own, right? Try to create your own project. If you have an idea, just maybe spend some time, right? Like or create a plan on like how you're going to create this web app or like this application for you, right?
Yeah.
And then I think for product, it's a little bit different, right?
Right.
For product, it's more about like how are you going to build features that people are really going to like.
Okay.
That starts from, kind of just like understanding the world around you and why it's the way it is. Why is the phone designed that way, right? Why are like your favorite apps designed those ways?
Sure.
Like, how do you use your particular apps that you use right now, right? And like, why do you think they use them? Do your research online and at the same time just like try new things. That's the best way to learn.
Awesome, thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
All right, we just got done with announcing for the finalists. Some of the finalist projects were super cool, very technically focused. There were a few that were like, for example, LLMs for cloud, for building out like cloud pipelines, using LLMs for bio. A lot of really cool stuff, but yeah, overall it was a really great experience. I really love the opportunity to come into the city. SF is very different from Boston, and the vibe is very different. So like, I think it's like always exciting to like, go in, check out how like the tech scene is here in Silicon Valley. I know that that's something that a lot of you guys are looking forward to. So yeah, I'm planning to take the train home, but apart from that, I'll see you guys when I'm back home. If you've enjoyed this behind the scenes look at a hackathon, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more tech insights. And if you've attended hackathons or other similar events, please drop a comment and share your memorable moments. I'd love to read your stories. Thank you all so much for your support. If you want to connect with me on a more direct basis, please feel free to add me on Instagram or on my Twitter to hear my thoughts over there. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.